Hey guys, this is Zach Wiley with Zach Daniel Concrete, and we're here out in Fountain Inn, South Carolina, and we're doing a little bit of a repair on a job. It's kind of an interesting story. So we did an exterior patio, which is right here. So this patio is just screened in, all that kind of good stuff. And so what we had done originally for this customer was a really heavy flake. You know, when we scraped it and all that kind of good stuff, we really left the flake heavy on there. And the reason being is that we need a lot of slip resistance out here. Some folks are getting up in age in this home, and so we didn't want anybody slipping and falling. They do have a slight swell in their concrete. We call it a bird bath in the industry. And so that's where water is kind of pooling up, and, you know, it can be definitely a slip hazard, right? But we still want them to be able to squeegee it off and get rid of it. So when we did the heavier flake, they were actually unable to squeegee that water off. So, you know, while we thought we were doing the right thing by having a ton of grip on here, you know, it was kind of uncomfortable to walk on bare feet. They couldn't squeegee all the water off, so some of it was just laying, you know, underneath those flakes kind of thing. And it wasn't really hitting the mark. So this is where like a warranty issue type comes in, where it's like, you know, we thought we were doing the right thing and we went a little overboard. So what we did, we just came back out here, 120 grit sander, did probably 10 passes on this floor just to kind of knock everything down, and then we just resealed it. So that's literally all that we did today. Nothing crazy. This is just a very, very good way to interact with a customer. And this is great feedback from a customer saying, hey, we really like the color. We like everything you did. You guys did a great quality job. But can it not be so grippy? You know, and we just kind of look at them sideways going, really? You know, that's not a normal, you know, request from us kind of thing. It's usually, can you add more slip resistance into a floor, even though we add it into almost every floor that we install. But we went a little bit overboard on this one. So all we did was, again, sand this floor down, clean it, recoat it. And so we did that very quickly today. The customers have been a breeze to work with, and very kind about it too, because it, you know, obviously wasn't done right the first time kind of thing. And it's just looking killer right now. So this floor looks really, really good. And I think he's going to live up to that customer's expectation of having just enough slip resistance where it's not an issue. You know, it's not an ice skating rink, but also not too grippy to the point where they can't squeegee it off and get rid of that little bird bath water stuff, which we did offer to fix, but just because of the money, they didn't want to do it. And they just figured, you know, $12 squeegee from Home Depot is going to be, you know, a better fix. So that's what we did here. So just another good job done by the team, installing some marble epoxy flake. This is Obsidian, out here in Fountain Inn, South Carolina. And if you're questioning what is going on here, Zach, why is this floor white? That's just our coating, and that white is just like a pink primer on a wall when you're painting it, right? It just allows the installer to see, you know, what have you touched so far? And so that's what this is doing. And it's a good indicator of it drying, you know, so if it stays white forever, you know, that's a bad sign, but that's not going to happen here. Yeah, so this will dry throughout the day and in the night, and they should be able to walk on it probably tomorrow or the next day. So it's good. But anyway, guys, this is Zach Wiley with Zach Daniel Concrete out in Fountain in South Carolina, crushing another flake floor, making customers happy. Even when we got to come back and do a little tweak on something just to get it right, we're happy to do that. So give us a call. Find us online at zacharydanielconcrete.com. Message us on there, and you'll be talking right to me or our wonderful marketing folks. And, you know, they'll get back to you, and we'll get in touch with you about your project and help you out in the near future. So thanks, guys.